Good morning, YouTube! Hello to all you good, not so good, or otherwise just very bad people. This handsome gentleman is Carl Gustav Jung. He will be relevant to the video in a minute. Now, there is a religion that exists that most people don't realize that they're a part of, that to some extent we are all part of. It's called empiricalism. The idea that even though we have, eyes, ears, the ability to smell, taste, feel, whatever you have that without strict, empirical, peer-reviewed, verifiable evidence, that if it cannot be proven by this means, then it didn't happen or it doesn't exist. Yes, as insane as it sounds, some people believe that without pure, irrefutable scientific evidence, then it just doesn't exist. One fine example, atheism. Since there is no empirical proof of God, God therefore does not exist. Right? That is somewhat saner than some forms of empiricalism, but in this case I'm saying that literally they say that, if they can't prove that something you say happened, then it's just an anecdote. That it's nonsense. That it's only real for you. That unless they can prove it, it didn't happen. Like people talk about having seen ghosts. I've seen fucking ghosts. But according to empiricalism, without scientific data, what I saw didn't happen, wasn't real, a hallucination maybe. Right, but how do you know it was a hallucination? How do you know? It goes both ways. Right? If it can't be proven, then it didn't happen. But if you can't prove that it didn't happen, right, by the same merit, we need to have a more balanced world view, okay? We can't just be strict empiricalists. We must also accept the idea that things can be observed naturally. Take Mr. Jung here, for example. Or should I say, Herr Jung. Because you see, he had a concept called synchronicity. Meaningful coincidence. That there is no such thing as a random event. That things happen because the intentions of two or more beings lined up. That say, you're running low on food. And another person in another part of the country just so happens to also be running low on food. So you both go to the same grocery store. Not a random event. It was determined both by your equal mutual intention to go to the store to buy groceries. That's more of a physical aspect of synchronicity. And to some extent, that may make me sound like a bit of an idiot. But let me clarify. It has more of a cosmic implication. That coincidences occur due to the fact that the intentions of people or things happen to match up. And as a result, an event occurs due to intent. That could be in regard to the intent of maybe a god or deity or other sort of deity or spirits, but also to people, to an intelligent desire to meet an outcome, just how it happens to match up with the intention of another. I could be mistaking the concept. I may not be understanding it properly. I'll leave some links to it to Wikipedia. I know, Wiki, you can fact check it if you want to. But I'll leave some links to it so you can judge that for yourself. But to the strict empiricalists, Jung's idea would be pure nonsense because you can't prove it. It can only be observed and cannot be proven through empirical data. Right, yeah. So, if everything must be proven to be real, then I guess, the wind wasn't real until empirical data could be collected on it. Because I know, again, that probably sounds stupid too, but hear me out. Before science existed, wind could only be observed, not proven. The science of observation existed long before empiricalism did, before the gathering of scientific evidence, before the Socratic method. So, by their logic, until it could be proven, it probably didn't exist. That's certainly how they seem to act. Oh, they'd probably say, "Oh, you're crazy. That's not what we mean at all." Really? Then how come you act like if it can't be proven it doesn't exist? Then maybe it doesn't exist till it is proven. In the same line of logic, that sounds reasonable, doesn't it? How these people are just so hung up on evidence. It's like trying to look at the world with one eye closed. Observation is important too. Strict empirical evidence without taking observation in regard is nonsense. People can see, hear, and smell things. That should be taken as credible too. Anyway, sorry to waste your you people's time with my musings. Yeah, I can't English today. I'm very tired. Very tired. I didn't sleep so well last night. Anyway, tschüss.